Okay, so rubbing your hands, using your mug, sitting up in a nice tall spine, crown of the head extending up. So you feel some length. You almost feel like your hips connect all the way up to the shoulders draw back. And as you build that warmth, I'd like you first to just lightly cup over the eyes. The fingertips resting on the forehead, the thumbs maybe touching the temples. Eyes open here. Come into a soothing breath. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Rewarm your hands, mug or rubbing. Draw the fingertips to the back of the neck, the upper trapezius. Dig the fingertips into the flesh there and draw the fingertips over the shoulders. So you're pressing in so that you can actually feel the muscles that you're rolling over, bringing it all the way forward to the collarbone, and just take a couple taps. And just a couple more times just to notice what you notice, right? Is it sore anywhere? Do you need to pause in any particular place, add a little bit more compression, a little bit longer exhale, just to let those muscles kind of soften and release. I always say, I never know how much tension I hold in my body. I guess I'm used to it until I go to take off my rings and they're smashed. Because on the steering wheel, I'm gripping so tight or whatever I'm doing. I never even realize it until I come to this moment right now where I let myself really feel into the body, into the sides of the neck and down to the shoulder tips. So let's come down onto our backs, taking a moment to elevate through the chest. I've got my rolled towel. I'm gonna move my foam roller. Good. All right, and hopefully camera is okay. Upper body work today, so enjoy constructive rest pose with the legs, allowing the knees to come together, the feet a little bit wider than the hips. Adjust your bolster. And just allow yourself to come down with the intention that when you arrive here, the head is supported so the chin is not jutting up. It's tucked in so you feel the length in the back of the neck. You allow the shoulder tips, because you have the height in the sternum, in the thoracic, to settle down. Kind of feel the shoulder blades come together underneath your bolster or your towel so that the shoulder tips relax. Hands on the belly, just to begin to feel the breath. Close down the eyes. And here, if we do nothing more than greet the day or greet the week with our breath and our intention, we've got a beautiful yoga practice. Take another full deep breath in here. As slow as you can, release the breath out of the nose. Wash the breath through the body and notice any areas that might be a little tight. And then let's roll over to the side and remove the block and the bolster. Take the full body stretch here. Again, waking up the body. So here the shoulders do come up towards the ears, the biceps by the head. Let the arms extend far away from the feet. And then draw the knees into the chest again. Just take a little self-massage along the low back, maybe front to back. Widen the knees in circles just to get some movement, some blood flow into the back body. And then position the knees any way you'd like. If you'd like to put a bolster or your blocks underneath the knees and extend the legs long, I'm going to take it back to constructive rest. Knees together, it just gives me a lot more space in my low back that seems to be a little cranky in the morning. Take a moment here and interlace your hands, thumbs out, and rest the hands right at the rib cage. Take a moment to start at the crown of the head, coming down to the temples, coming down to the eyes. Notice if there's any tension there in the forehead, in the temples. We use our breath, particularly the exhales here, soften through the jaw, the throat, relax through the shoulders. And with the palms down on the upper body, again, we talked about this, I think, Friday. Remember your clasp. We're concentrating on different things, but your clasp is also performing some work. And it's drawing those finger joints away from each other. And at the same time, we're pulling those fingers away from each other without bringing any tension into the shoulders. So just from here, take the palms straight up above your chest. Pull the fingertips away and your thumbs point out. So the shoulders are coming out of the joints, then drop them back down into the joint. So lift the back of the hands to the ceiling, let those shoulders come up, and then put the shoulders and the arms back down. Nice full breath. From here, draw your arms over the head. Again, lengthen now so that your hips become almost an extension of your arms through the side body. Pull the fingers away. Feel maybe some movement through the wrists, and then draw the hands back up to the ceiling, and then lower them down towards the lap. Just beginning some range of motion in the shoulders. Lift those arms up to the ceiling, really press them away, and then let them drop overhead. And using your breath, maybe each movement, you decide how fast, how slow. Just take about 3 more. It's warming up through the shoulders. Always helps to have the belly in supporting the spine. You feel the entire spine resting, supported on the back, on your mat. Take 1 more here. And then meet back with the palms overhead. Good. Again, arms are nice and straight. As you draw the belly in, take a nice full breath. And we're just going to take the arms over to the left. So keep the hips down, but just send the arms, straight arms, over to the left, pressing the palms away. Come back up to center, right over your chest, and take them over to the other side. So one arm of mine is bending as I'm pulling through my fingers to pull the other arm over. And then I draw it back to center and take it 1 more time over. So I'm bending the top elbow as I pull the top arm, and then back up 1 more time each side. And then back up. Release the hands to the chest. Let the elbows drop. Deep breath in. And slow breath out. Roll to one side. Let's make our way to a seat. Again, just like we started, maybe even sitting up now on to your towel or your block. Nice tall seat. Again, that imaginary wall that's behind us, we lift those shoulders to the ears and then we let them squeeze down the back. The hands relax right onto the thighs and the elbows are loose along the side body. From here, without jutting your head forward, just sink the chin down. So it's almost like the nose is going down towards the floor, not the head coming forward. So the chin comes down, almost making that double chin. Feel the length in the back of the neck. Take a full breath in. Again, notice your core here. Pick up that pelvic floor, draw it up so everything stays engaged. And then we'll just rotate, chin towards the right. Inhale, we'll bring it back to the center as we draw it to the left on the exhale. Coming back through center. Take it right. And center. And left. Just noticing your range of motion here. As you draw back to center, lift the head back up. Reach the right arm up to the ceiling. Hi, Penny, I see you over there. Reach it up. Take those fingertips to the left temple. Good. And then lightly, we're just going to take right ear to right shoulder. So that the head is still stacked right over the spine. You don't want to watch me on the neck thing because I have a neck issue and I have not too much mobility in my neck. But without pushing, begin to let the weight of the hand maybe bring some sensation from the left earlobe down the side of the neck, scalings, across the top of the trapezius muscles to the shoulder tip. Take a breath here. Maybe here you extend the left arm out, down towards the mat, so you can explore here some motion. Maybe take the left arm back on a diagonal so you get that stretch through the collarbone and the pecs and the bicep. Good. Bringing it back to center, dropping it down. So with the fingertips lightly resting on the floor on the left and the fingertips on the right resting on the temple. Pause there. Enjoy a nice, slow, full breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. Take that hand back out to the side, bend the elbow, slip it around behind you. So the forearm's going to rest along the back body. Allow that to drop the left shoulder down, maybe a little bit further as the ear continues to head over towards the right. Good, and if you're not feeling anything there, release the hand on top of the head and just bring it to the opposite shoulder and let the weight on that shoulder drop down so that maybe it intensifies the stretch. And then we're going to move with this. So whatever option you're in right now, on the temple, on the shoulder, doesn't matter. We're going to lift the chin up towards the ceiling as the stretch moves around the neck. And then slowly drop it back down so your gaze comes towards that right knee. And then slide it up. And back down. And again, if you hear any little cracks or pops, maybe you pause and just breathe. Let the nervous system know everything's okay, no fight or flight, and then continue on. Releasing that nice and slow. Chin is to shoulder. Release the right hand wherever it is. Bring it back to the thigh. Rest lightly. And then drop the chin down to the chest. Pause there. Shoulders back. And then bring the head back up to neutral. And we'll switch sides. So nice and easy. Drop left ear, left shoulder. Reach the left arm up. Extend up. So you got nice extension here. Fingertips to the temple. Let the right ear or left ear fall open. Light pressure at the temple. Release that right shoulder down. Just beginning, before we start moving into any other stretches, just begin to feel into the right side body. And depending on what you find there, maybe you extend the right arm out and we play here just to change the stretch up just a bit. Maybe the arm goes back on a diagonal. Take the full breath. And maybe it comes out to center. Maybe the fingertips come down towards the mat. Notice how that changes. Deep breath. Bringing the hand back up. Take it around the back body. Let it rest so that the right shoulder tip drops down. And if that doesn't work for you, you can always place the left hand, the weight of the left hand on the right shoulder tip. Use that weight to help lengthen the side of the neck. So with the chin up here, we'll begin that rotation. Chin comes down towards the left shoulder, gaze to the left knee. Notice what's there. And then slide the chin back up on a diagonal, gaze up towards the ceiling. So a couple sweeps here. Again, permission to pause any place that feels good. And we'll all land here with chin towards shoulder. Draw a deep breath in, belly in, spine nice and straight. Let it go. Soften in this whole area here. And then slowly release the hands back to the lap. Let the chin fall one more time towards the chest. And then lift up the head. Good. Just give the shoulders a little bit of a shake here. And then we're going to bring the fingertips onto the shoulders. So the thumb is going to be towards the back, the 4 fingertips on the front. The elbows are going to be straight out to the sides. Good. Little circles. Little circles to the side. Now with your fingertips resting on the top shoulders, what do you feel there? You feel all those muscles that we brought some warmth and massage to? So just notice what has to work to make these little movements. Send it the other way. So many muscles, little muscles in our neck and in our shoulders that not only control the movement of the head, they actually control the whole spine, which controls the whole body. Come back to stillness, spread the elbows wide. This time, take the elbows back behind you. Feel the collarbone expand, that area, the pecs, the lats expand. Elbows are still in line with the shoulders. And as you exhale here, belly's in, let's bring those the elbows together right in front of you. And then open up wide. Twice more, elbows come together. Feel the expansion between those shoulder blades. And then send the elbows wide, and you almost feel those shoulder blades squeeze together. Twice more. Open the back of those shoulder blades, and then squeeze them back. This time, as elbows come together, take the fingertips, lift them up to the ceiling, and find your prayer. Good. This is going to be interesting here. Lift the elbows up first. Now, normally we come into eagle arms, which we're going to do to finish out the practice. But I just want you to notice the strength it takes, keeping the palms, the wrist, and the forearms together, elbows up. Watch the tip of your fingers and lift the fingers towards the ceiling. And then lower them back down, shoulder height. Lift them again. I don't know if it's the same for you, but the strength that this takes for me has me trembling. 2 more. Big breath in and slow breath out. Bring the elbows back, shoulder height. Slide that right hand down so that the elbow comes underneath the left. Find your eagle. Anyway, binding forearms together or hands on top of the shoulders. Lift again those elbows to the shoulder height. Take your gaze to the fingertips, lift up. Take a little bit of an arch through the spine, but at the same time, let the shoulder tips come forward so you feel the space in the shoulder joint. And then as you drop those elbows toward the body, the hands towards the mat, round in, tuck the chin. So rounding the spine, rounding the upper shoulders. And then on the inhale, take it back. It's almost like a little bit of a release as you arch. Last time, bring it down. And then come back to neutral. Neutral being elbows right out on line with the shoulders. Release the clasp and bring the forearms back together. Good. One more time. You should feel some heat in these shoulders now. Lift the fingers up. See if you can keep the elbows together. And then back down. Whew, gosh. All right, take a couple. Yeah. All right. Fingertips back up on the shoulders, thumbs behind. Oh, change the crossing of your legs. Sorry. You want to keep it all equal here. All right. Fingertips, thumbs behind. This time, take the circles in an opposite direction, maybe a little larger. So notice how that feels. Space behind the heart as you open up the shoulder blades. Last time here, and then pause back. See if you can send the elbows back again. Find that broad expanse, and then draw the elbows into center. Good. Open up. Draw them back. Now we're just not drawing, we're actually focusing on making space in the upper back. And then as the elbows come together in front, pause there. Lift the arms, find that prayer with the hands. Let's try 3. Lift the hands up towards the ceiling. Maybe I could just cue this and have you guys do it. Drop it down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, release the shoulders. Last time, up. And then elbows come, shoulder height. We're going to slide that left hand down so that we can wrap the left elbow underneath the right. Lift up the fingertips, lift up your gaze, draw the belly in. And then with all this space, feel the opening through the back of the shoulder joint here. Draw the elbows in towards the body, tuck the chin, lengthen the back of the neck, hands down, and then lift up. And then back down. And then lift up. Take one more. Really accentuate opening up those shoulder blades. And then lift back up. Come back to neutral. Open up the arms wide and then let them fall. Let that chin fall back down. Pause here for a full breath. Belly is in. Take that rotation over to the right. And drop the chin back to its center. Take it left. And back to center. And then one quick thing before I leave you today, come onto your back. And Barb, I'm going to send you a note on this because I did not bring my Chinese healing book to Montana with me. And I think there's a section on this. Come to lay down on your back, knees bent, feet near the sit bones, kind of like a bridge pose. Good. And as you arrive here, and I know we're going a little bit longer, but that's okay. The back of the head, feel the back of the head. Feel the shoulder tips. Can you squeeze the shoulder blades underneath you so that the shoulder tips lower down towards the mat? Then I want you to press into your feet. And I want you to begin to rock the body. So we're rocking through the back of the skull. So feel the motion. Feel the motion first. Let's start with the head first. Skull, resting on the mat. Without lifting your head, draw your chin in. Feel the muscles of the neck where they attach to the skull. And then point the chin out as you roll onto the upper part of the skull. And then roll back down. So we're not lifting the head, just roll on the skull, lengthening and flexing through the neck. Then begin. Keep the same movement with the head. But as you rock, as you bring this vibration, this tone into the body, it's supposed to be soothing. It's supposed to allow the muscles here to shake out a little bit. Feel it into the back of the shoulders, mid-back, through the hips. And then slow it down just a bit. And a little bit more. And a little bit more. And then come back, interlace the hands, rest them on the chest. Elbows wide, resting on the mat. Close down the eyes. Temples, eyes, jaw, relax. Shoulders down and back. A new day before you. Nothing could be better. Namaste. Thank you guys for joining. Tomorrow we'll work in some spine and some side body movement.